Hello, brothers and sisters. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It is a beautiful day here. I am having a cup of coffee, and earlier I was reading Revelation. I've just started reading Revelation, and it's a book that has a blessing attached to it, so I thought I would start reading it. And also, I just really want to dig in and get a better understanding of what is soon to come, because we are really getting close, I feel, to the end of days, to the rapture of the church, and to the start of eternity, basically. And, when I read Revelation, I just get chills. It is just so amazing to read about and to think about how when Jesus comes again, he is coming in all of his glory and might and power, and he's coming to defeat his enemies, and he's coming to set things right. He's coming to rule and reign forever. Those are the things that I just am speechless over and excited about, and just can't be more thankful that we have a king coming. He's coming for us, and it's just so mind-blowing to think about. But anyway, I wanted to make this video about not giving into fear when it comes to the opinions of man, because as believers, we are charged with sharing the good news that Jesus died on the cross, rose again. He defeated death and sin. He loves us. Those are the things that we're supposed to be sharing with others, and also encouraging ourselves in. And doing something like posting a video on YouTube was something that I was afraid of doing for a long time. Not because I was ashamed. I've never been one to be ashamed to go up to a stranger if I feel the Lord's leading and share the gospel or something like that. It wasn't about that. It was about any backlash that you would get from people, like hateful comments or things like that. And the Lord has really helped me to overcome that fear. And so I want to encourage you with this video about overcoming the opinions of man and not letting people stop you from being in your full potential as far as sharing the good news and sharing your testimony, talking about end times, talking about how people need to come to Jesus, because it's important. Most people may not be able to hear from someone in their, general world, like their family or friends or whoever, about the Lord, but maybe they come across a video online, and that might be how God uses it to reach them. So it's really important that we are obedient to God in whatever capacity he's called us to. And for me personally, I have been feeling for a while now that I need to get online and start sharing videos about Jesus, and also warning people about the rapture. And, that comes with potential hateful comments, people who really just don't understand. And it's not on them. I know that it's a spirit behind them that wants to try to intimidate God's people into not sharing. But I'm going to keep on sharing, and I want you to keep on sharing, because we need to be a light in this dark world. The Apostle Paul even said in Galatians, if I were still trying to have the approval of man, I wouldn't be a servant of Christ. So we are not called to be people pleasers. We're called to love people and serve, but we're not to forsake what God's called us to. because of the opinion of man. Because the opinion of man is in direct opposition with the word of God and who God is. God is light and this world is darkness. So if you are following what the opinions of other people are and you're not following God, then you're in direct opposition to God's agenda. You're following someone else's agenda. And so just keep that in mind, that there's going to be people that comment, rude things or try to somehow bully you into submission to what they want, which is to stop you from preaching the gospel. But they can't stop what God's ordained. If he called you to preach truth, which he has called us all to do, we're all commanded in the Great Commission to go and preach the gospel to all people. So if he's called us to that, then nothing can stop you from doing that. And I want to say this too, one of the videos that I posted about rapture dreams, and specifically when I called out that Israel is God's chosen people, I knew that that was going to get a little bit of flack. And so to the people that responded to that in hate, personally attacking me, attacking something so silly like the way I do my makeup, I just want you to know I love you. I forgive you. I hope that you come to Jesus because he's coming soon. And the truth is, he doesn't really care about the way I do my makeup. He cares about my heart. He cares about your heart. So that is what I wanted to say. And I just really feel like there's a boldness that's going to come over so many believers in the days to come, because the closer we get to the return of Jesus, the more God's going to start putting it on your heart to share in whatever capacity you can. And don't be afraid to start making videos. I say this is going to sound weird, but I really don't know much about YouTube, like making videos and stuff. I don't know anything about like algorithms or what it takes to push out videos or anything like that. I'm not really doing it any certain way. I'm just making videos and I've just started to share truth. And so just start sharing however you can. I used to be like an Instagram influencer, like doing like fashion and stuff. And I do have a couple videos on my channel like talking about walking away from that. But it was something that I really loved to do, and God took me into another season, called me out of that, and I believe this is why. Because the only thing that I'm really concerned about now is just making sure that people come to know Christ and that people are warned about the end that is so near. That is where my focus is online. And could I just stay quiet and just like disappear from the internet? Sure. But that's not where I believe God has called me. So I'm going to continue making videos and just by the Lord's leading, see where this goes. But I love y'all. Be blessed. Have a great week.